Number 4, Mateo Nepsis. Number 5, Robbie Oates. Number 6, Frank Fauschner. Number 8, Wilcrest Abdo. Number 10, Otis Lokratis. Number 15, Skylar Thinnock. Number 18, Ryan Farmer. Number 24, Jose Eby. Number 26, Devin Hernandez. Number 11, Noah Branco. And now for your Thunderbirds. Number 0, Josh Bunduk. Number 3, Ethan Mendez de Franca. Number 17, Daniel Sandoval. Number 4, Taylor Barches. Number 2, Darius Bailey. Number 6, Luke Harp. Number 8, Lucas Spiro Koski. Number 7, Hiroki Wada. Number 19, Peter Alexander Drakis, I believe. Number 25, Noah Zappa. Number 14, Julius DePaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of 2, Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. We're kicking off the OUA varsity soccer season. We have the Algoma Thunderbirds taking on the Windsor Lancers, and today's OUA Algoma soccer coverage is brought to you by the Wendy's of Sault Ste. Marie, and they have 2 convenient locations, 1 Queen Street West, downtown Sault Ste. Marie, and 389 Great Northern Road. And this is brought to you by Sioux Sports TV. Absolutely gorgeous day. 28 degrees Celsius, probably a bit hotter pitch side, and I'm with my colleague, Sam Sirzati. How you doing today, Sam?
I'm good. Welcome to Sault Ste. Marie, everyone, via the interweb. Sault Ste. Marie is located right in the middle of the Great Lakes, Twin City to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and home to the Algoma Thunderbirds.
And if in case you missed our previous game, we had the women's version of this matchup. The Windsor Lancers had a pretty triumphant victory against our girls. They had a 9-0 victory. A couple bright spots for the Thunderbirds, but they'll be looking to bounce back. And we're welcoming the Windsor Lancers to the 705 Sault Ste. Marie. And they're coming off of not a great season last year, 1-9-2. They're looking to reach the playoffs for the first time since 2019. And they have 19 freshmen and sophomores, so they are a young team. But so are our Algoma Thunderbirds. They didn't have a great year last year, winless in 12 matchups, but they'll be looking for a better year this year.
Absolutely, and it starts at the top with the Thunderbirds. They brought in Dave Andrechuk as their new bench boss, and Dave brought with him Connor Cowan Thompson, who he's had a relationship with, soccer at different levels, and they reached out to Sault Ste. Marie product Steve Mazuka, who's part of the Sioux City United program, for a little hometown analysis. Steve's joined them just to give his perspective on some of the players in the OWA, just to help out Dave. Dave is very excited, as I spoke with him earlier today, about being a part of the Thunderbird family and showing the rest of the OUA what the Thunderbirds are going to bring to the table this year.
And this is my first little taste of the men's side. So noticing first, you have a lot of guys from the Southern Ontario. You have a couple guys from Markham, a couple guys from the Toronto area. Darius Bailey from Pickering. And we have a couple local guys. We have Noah Zeppa, who is a Junior A hockey goalie, who is going to be up top with Julius DePaz from Burlington, Ontario. And should be an exciting game. We have Hiro Hiroki Wada all the way from Hiroshima, Japan in the middle. He's going to be beside Vancouverite Peter Alexandrakis, the first year. He also played, as you were saying, with Coach Anditruck. So he is quite the feisty character. He definitely likes to get in there. He's a intimidating player in the middle for the Thunderbirds. So these Lancers I think are in for a tough test.
I think the first 5 minutes of this game, everybody wants to just calm their nerves, get their game legs in play, and they've got a game plan. Coach Andrewchuk, told me that they're going to work it from the back up the wings. So just execution the first 5 minutes, get their feet under them, and follow what Coach Andrewchuk had to say during the week and during their preseason.
Yep. And this is a team that relies on their striker, big 26 up top, that Devin Hernandez. He was the team MVP last year, 8 goals, 14 shots in 11 games, hailing from Sterling Heights, Michigan. You definitely want to isolate him and make sure he doesn't get off to a hot start, as that's what number 2, Darius Bailey, is going to do right away. He's going to kick it back to Joshua Bonduck out of Toronto, Ontario. Play it around the back to 17, Sandoval. And it's going to go around the back again. Taylor Barker going to feed the wing to Bailey. Bailey's going to look, and that pass isn't going anywhere. And this is what you want to avoid for the Thunderbirds. You don't want to be passing it around, and that's going to be a risky challenge for the Algoma Thunderbirds on that Hernandez.
Very, very aggressive start from Windsor. You expect nothing less from them. They want to make a statement early, but the Thunderbirds are right there with them. Pushing back, fighting for each and every possession. So good start, good first couple of minutes for both sides.
And it's going to be a corner kick for the Lancers. And you hear number 0, the keeper, Bondic, barking at his defense there. You got number 3, Mendez DeFranca, going to be covering the near post. And that's going to go wide. It's a foot race for the ball. And good work by the Thunderbirds just to get rid of it.
Windsor just putting the ball right back into play very, very quickly.
And you just look at Hernandez just shielding the ball. He's going to lose it.
Windsor traveling from right to left, wearing their blue and gold, while the Thunderbirds are traveling left to right, wearing their home white with red lettering. Beautiful day here in Sault Ste. Marie. Coming down a little bit in temperature. It was around the 30-31 degree mark. They are playing on AstroTurf, so you can imagine that it is a few degrees hotter down there for both sides.
And there's Hernandez. And that's just a nice back heel. He's going to keep possession, but the white defenders all over him, the white jerseys all over him, and they just cannot get it out of their own third, and there it goes. And now you're going to want to switch the play. And a foul on a defender number 6 Frankie Facchinieri, a Windsor, Ontario native, but a Whitecaps FC. That is the Vancouver Whitecaps of the MLS, a product of that program.
You can hear the coaches and players, yelling instructions right now, and everybody's like, just settle down, boys. 8 minutes gone in this first half.
Definitely a marathon, not a sprint, a 90-minute match. And you don't really realize it until you actually play 90 minutes how horrifyingly tiring it is. It's definitely, you want to keep your wits about you these first 20, 30 minutes. And that's going to be Darius Bailey barking the orders there.
Algoma a little bit snake bitten. A few injuries that occurred during the last 48 hours. Also, they've had one or two of their players just join the squad from international duty. Very exciting players. We have recruited somebody from Kathmandu, Nepal, and they're looking for great things from him, but right now just jet lagged, so they're going to let him get his legs underneath him first and meet the team. This is more of an international and Canadian side versus the girls team. The girls team is made up of 14 local products, while the men's program has reached from coast to coast to recruit and do have some international players with some clout.
And that's exciting. We were just talking earlier about how, especially Southern Ontario, how the soccer culture there, it's very, very strong, and you get these guys who are used to playing these kids down from Southern Ontario, and you want that because that's who you're seeing all year, right? So
absolutely,
that's when you get to late September, early October, that experience is really going to be valuable.
Yeah, game one, you want to come out strong. You want to stick to your game plan. You want to show toughness on the field, and you don't want to concede that early goal. And both sides have accomplished that, just approaching the 11-minute mark here in the first half.
The first couple minutes, you feel like this is going to be a balanced, not trying to jinx anything, but you feel like it's going to be a good, balanced game of footy. And we have a pretty sizable crowd out here, about 250 scattered around the Superior Heights CVI Stadium here, home of the Superior Heights Steelhawks.
Sault Ste. Marie has a partnership. The Sioux City United training program has partnered up with Algoma University, and today for this game, if one of the youth players wore their Sioux City United jersey, you got into the game for free. So that's a great initiative by Algoma University, trying to encourage and show the next generation of Thunderbirds that this is a place to play competitively and to get a great education at the same time.
Absolutely, and we once again we were talking earlier about the benefits of being with a small school. You have the 30 to 40 person classes instead of the 150 person lectures. You get to know your instructors a little better, your classmates, and even your teammates, I'd say. And it's definitely a great experience.
Oh.
That's going to be just wide. There's a great free kick by number 14, DePaz, out of Burlington.
That was a great opportunity for the Thunderbirds to get on the score sheet early. Header just over the bar.
And if this is any sample of what we're in for the next 70-ish minutes, we're in for a treat for sure.
Oh, an outstanding
Wow.
play by Daniel Sandoval. He raced back and was step for step with Devin Hernandez.
Sandoval coming from the Columbia U15 and U17 programs. So that's definitely a soccer crazy country. Can definitely imagine the experience he got. Definitely lots of great footballers coming out of that country, Columbia.
In speaking with Coach Andrewchuk, he describes Sandoval as a very technical player. You know, he makes it seem effortless, and a lot of his teammates, you know, the positive plays of his game are rubbing off.
Yeah. When you bring that South American flair to a team, that definitely is invaluable for the guys who are not accustomed to that play style, because they definitely play a different brand of soccer over there.
Again, great job recruiting some of these players. You know, there's Japan is represented. We've got Nepal represented. We got the Netherlands represented. England. Great job by the staff at Algoma University to recruit some of these players to this program that's growing.
Absolutely. And getting guys from soccer countries really helps, as Algoma has a chance here. Number 14 to pass. He's going to beat the keeper, and that's going to be a goal! Number 14 to pass for your Thunderbirds. And we got a lad running on the field here. And that's how you start a football match. Number 14 to pass. He's going to open the scoring, and those Lancers are shell-shocked.
Goal, goal, goal for De Paz. Deking out the Windsor keeper, all alone in there with a great through ball, and he knew what to do. Very, very patient at the end, and just with the goalie out of position, got Algoma on the board over Windsor at the 15-minute mark.
That's how you start a season. That is how you start a season.
We are across the field from the Algoma University bench, and we can see their smiles from here. They are very, very happy. The hard work has paid off, getting on the score sheet first. Great job. De Paz, also known as Jules by his teammates, was described by Coach Andrewchuk as a leader on the team, willing to do anything for his team. He's taken some of the younger players under his wing. You know, they plan outings together. They go shopping together. He wants to, you know, set the tone as one of the leaders on this side.
And going back to that goal, De Paz just completely leaving the keeper on an island out there, made it look effortless. The patience and the technical ability was just absolutely gorgeous, and couldn't think of a better way to start the year for these Thunderbirds.
Windsor, you know, responding now with a little bit more aggression, a little bit. They're probably angry at themselves and are taking it out on some of the Thunderbird players now and the referees.
And they all have to be thinking, these kids from the Steel City are no pushovers. They can play.
Beautiful day for soccer here in Sault Ste. Marie. Not a typical end of summer, back to school type game. 30 degrees out here. A lot hotter down on the AstroTurf, that's for sure. "18 minutes gone in this first half. If you've just joined us, 1-0 for the hometown Thunderbirds.
And down pitch side, it is 27 degrees, but it absolutely does not feel like 27. They're saying it's more feeling like a 32 to 33 degree game. So mid-July feeling to this early September match.
The first game that we called, they had water breaks for both sides, probably around the 25 to 30-minute mark. So we could probably expect the same for the men's games as well. So we're probably about 8 minutes away from a water break.
Throw in for the Lancers. You were definitely right about earlier. I think there's definitely a little bit of chirping going on down pitch side. I think the strikers are going to be taking a wider angle, try to disrupt the pass, and there it is. That's a nice through ball. It's number 11, Noah Branco, and it's going to go off a white jersey, so it's going to be a throw-in deep into the Algoma third here by the corner flag.
Plenty of white jerseys in the back 20, marking up. Windsor does have 19 freshmen and sophomores, so this is a young side. Starting this 2023 season, not too much OUA experience, but plenty of tournament and Southern Ontario game experience, and it's starting to get a little chippy now.
Thunderbirds got to remember and keep their heads about them. These Windsor Lancers are down early. They're going to try and get in the heads of the Thunderbirds, so they just got to keep their wits about them and not get involved with any funny business here. Handball on, at least, yep, it looks like it was a handball on number 8, Spirioski, a third year out of Ajax, Ontario.
Spirioski's giving it to the referee.
And this is going to be a dangerous free kick for the Lancers. You have Frankie Faccinieri, 11 games, 4 goals, and 15 shots last year. So he's definitely quite the player for these guys.
Great save.
Good work by the keeper, Bondoc. Known as a calm keeper, he likes to keep a cool head.
Bondoc's been playing this game long enough that he knows, he's up 1 goal right now. Take his time. He elected not to just punted down the field for a 50-50 ball. He chose to distribute it to his D to walk it up the field. And, that's what true experience does.
Yeah, and he is a native Torontonian. Like I said earlier, that's quite the hot spot. It has been for a couple decades for football in this country, and that experience is going to be invaluable, like I said earlier, or rather later on in the season.
Well, Toronto, in Ontario at least, everybody fell in love with TFC.
Yeah.
And them winning an MLS championship just a few years back, brought soccer, out of the shadows, and with a strong European contingent in Toronto, brought the crowds out in droves, and that was infectious. It spread, and a lot of players joined soccer because of that.
Absolutely, and how could you forget Sebastian Giovinco and all the stuff he did for that program? And yeah, you go to a game at BMO Field, and even when they're struggling, you got full house. And you're right, that MLS connection and that success really grew the sport, and probably a lot of kids who would never even think of playing soccer started to play.
Well, and not to jump to the MLS, but a certain number 10 down in Miami's probably probably has the whole league and everyone talking about the beautiful game now down there.
I'm not sure who you're referring to. Who's number 10 on Miami?
Yeah. Where's Pink? Answers to David Beckham.
Is probably the only time. Well, hopefully not the only time, but you turn on ESPN and he's the front and center show, and it's pretty awesome to see in North America as a whole, see soccer having that big impact. As we're just leading to our water break, as you mentioned earlier. Boys are going to take 30 seconds to a minute. And if you're Dimitri Vakratis, Sam, what are you telling your guys right now?
Boys, relax. We drove all the way up here. We learned a little bit about each other on the bus. We talked a lot of game plan on the bus. Just relax, play our game, and let's even it up. Hopefully before half, in his words, and then just keep it tight the rest of the game. I don't know if you know this, but I went to Windsor, and the program has always had the potential to take it to the next level. But there's just so much competition down there for great players.
Yeah, absolutely.
The opportunities there. So, Coach Vakratis said, I'm going to take 19 of my youngest and best and hopefully grow them, 2, 3, 4 years together, make them gel, and see what kind of damage they can do.
And that's the experience, or that's the advantage to having a younger team. You might have a couple years where you're struggling. Of course, last year this team wasn't the best, only getting that one win. But I think in 3-4 years we might be talking about Windsor soccer in a much different light, especially the men's program.
Absolutely. And the women's team demonstrated what they had to offer in game number 1 of this back-to-back men's and women's first weekend of the season, winning 9-0 over the Lady Thunderbirds. Robertson had 4 goals in that game. She was just outstanding. And, the men now would probably love to have her on their side.
Yeah, you can't talk about that team without talking about Caitlin Robertson, that's for sure. She did her best Christine Sinclair impression, just taking the game over. And, we don't like seeing it, but it was quite a spectacle to watch her play. She is a absolutely phenomenal player.
Absolutely, and she's going to score a lot of goals this season.
Yeah.
In this conference, and not only score goals, she assisted on another one, and everything was just going through her. And she was directing her teammates to go into open spaces, and she would find a way to get them the ball. So The Windsor Lancers are going to be a great side on the women's side. We'll see what the men do in their first outing.
We were talking earlier about good fouls, and I think that's a good foul by Hiro Hiroki there, just using his body and, you know, slowing the play down a little bit.
Almost the 30-minute mark in this first half of the first game for both the Algoma Thunderbirds and Windsor Lancers.
Pace of play after the water break is speeding up a little bit now, and they're just going to kick it out. Number 17, that's going to be Sandoval kicking it for the corner.
Everybody from Algoma going back into the 18-yard box, marking up now. They're up by 1, so they want to defend this.
And just going to send it along the touchline. Oh, and what a great job by the keeper, Bonduc, just making himself look big and disturbing that shot.
Well, can you believe that that came from the other goalkeeper, Simon Grande? He hit the home run pass 60, 70 yards.
Oh, I'd say, yeah. I'd probably between 65 to 70 yards most likely, and that's, you can't let those go through if you're the Algoma Thunderbirds.
No,
but
and then the finish was just a little high for Windsor, or else the keeper would have got the assist on that one.
And there it is again. And he's going to try and chip the keeper, but it's going to be off. You could argue that as a foul on someone, but
Windsor is pleading their case.
not sure what he's doing. I think he's might be a little banged up on that play.
Don't see anyone from the medical staff going out there yet. Bonduc, he went for the ball. He fought his way. He threw his body in there too, and he escaped unharmed.
And that's Hernandez down. That's the team MVP. A native Michigander from Sterling Heights.
So during this stoppage of play, all of the Thunderbirds have gathered together, and I can see that Captain Luke Harrop is barking instructions to them, saying, "Okay, guys, we've got the lead. Tight D, mark up. Watch for this this home run ball that they're trying to do over our D." And then on the other end now, Windsor's doing the same thing. Windsor is talking their keeper Grande is gathered everyone to center, and he's barking instructions on, here's what I'm going to do for you. This is what you got to do for me.
And that's what you like to see from the Thunderbirds, listening to their captain, getting together as a unit. And this is, if you couldn't already tell, this is a well-oiled machine, this Algoma Thunderbirds, and they are a unit. They play as a team, and that's what they're showing the Lancers by huddling up and chatting. I think that's the mental games you don't really think about in sports. And ball going to go back into play. We're at the 32nd minute mark.
I've noticed the difference between calling the first women's game and calling this game. Men, much more vocal.
Yeah.
Men are always, everyone is telling their teammate where they are on the field, what to do on the field, acting like a coach on the field, much more vocal. The girls are led mostly by their keepers.
Yeah.
Their D has like one or two voices, but different atmosphere, that's for sure.
And I think if I'm women's coach Adesanya, I think you could use this as film and say, hey, girls, this is how we got to be on the pitch, because the talking on the field, the being vocal, letting your teammates know where you are, that's half the battle in soccer. And it's not – it's got to be something you have down pat eventually.
Initially, you would definitely want that. Once the season goes on, hopefully the chemistry's there, and you'll know that if you look over your left shoulder that your teammate will be there for a drop pass. But communication early on, often a necessity in all levels of soccer.
And Algoma with the corner kick here. It's a great kick. Oh, that's almost in the back of the net. There's Darius Bailey keeping the play in the Windsor third, and that's going to go out for a goal kick.
Another good try for Algoma.
Oh, sorry, it will not go out for a goal kick. Kept it in play. That pass just a bit too far, and Darius Bailey looking to throw the ball out. And that's another guy who's a leader. Number 2, Darius Bailey, in his third year in the business administration program, and it looks like there's going to be a substitution. Sorry about that. Number 26, Hernandez, coming out after that injury. Coming in for Hernandez is number 9, Giovanni Magligario, and he had 11 games with 11 shots and a goal last year, coming out of Chatham, Ontario. Definitely a strong player.
Yeah, the injury a few moments ago to Hernandez, they don't want to take any chances. First game of the season. They do have to play tomorrow, so good move by Coach Dimitri Verkreidis, giving some of his sophomores and rookies time to earn their time.
And good work by number 8, Spierkowski, to kick it away.
Great throw-in by Windsor. Probably a 30 or 40-yard throw-in, but it went all the way out of bounds.
I assume they'll look for another longer throw-in to try and get it in the 18-yard box there. And you don't want to lose the ball over there. But the Thunderbirds are able to reset, kick it back to the halfway point of the pitch.
We do have a player down for Windsor. Ref says play on. And Algoma's going to let this go out of bounds to attend to that injured player.
Couple guys banged up so far. That's the nature of the sport. It's definitely a contact sport, regardless of what people think. Throwing your body around, fighting for loose balls and second chances.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was winded. He's pointing, in the stomach region, and the athletic therapist is coming out.
In for the injured players, number 13, Keyshawn Cornwall from Toronto, Ontario. 6 games and 1 shot last year.
Again, the therapist is looking after his midfielder there to see exactly what the injury is.
Cornwall, traditionally a defenseman, but I assume he'll be taking the midfielder role as the Thunderbirds line up for a free kick around the half field marker. And Bailey unable to corral that ball. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Robert Oates going to throw the ball in. It's going to go right back to Bailey. And Hiroki Wada back to Bailey. He's going to find some space in the middle. Another play is going to go the other way, down to Magliaro. He's going to find some space, the touchline, and right to the keeper, Bondoc. And once again, his experience just corralling those easy balls and stopping the play a little bit.
Great first half from our local Thunderbirds. Dream start with that 1 goal by DePaz at the 15-minute mark. It's been a struggle since. Very chippy at times between both sides, but with 5 minutes left in this first half, I'm sure that Coach Andrew Chuck would love to go into halftime with that 1 goal lead.
Yep. And especially Windsor, is their morale's taking a bit of a hit. Of course, Hernandez getting that injury, and then the second player getting dinged up a little bit, so they're not going to be the happiest going into the second half, and the Thunderbirds need to realize that and really come out and pounce, because a 1-goal lead in soccer is absolutely nothing. It's 1 kick, and the game feels a lot different.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, a second goal by the Thunderbirds would do wonders for them. Totally different game.
And even compared to last year, this is night and day from the Thunderbirds. This is one talented team.
Again, that goes to the credit should go to the Algoma staff. Coach Andrewchuk, Coach Thompson, Coach Mazuka. The recruiting that was involved, especially during the last 6 months, pitching our city, pitching this team. They're ranked 52 out of 52 in Canada,
Wow.
and Coach Andrewchuk told me with a smile, we'll show them what we've got.
And regardless of the outcome, I'm going to go on a limb here and tell you right now, this is not the 52nd best soccer team in Canada. This is a pretty decent ball club, and I think they're just going to keep getting better every single game.
Well, when I was speaking with Coach and the international players that he did bring in, You know, half jokingly, we started talking about Ted Lasso, and we started talking about Wrexham. You know, two great feel-good stories.
Yeah.
And coach said, just watch us.
And you look at soccer, that's a sport that loves underdogs. You have Luton Town, which is a 4,000-seat stadium, playing against Manchester City and Arsenal and Chelsea. They just made it the Premier League. They were non-league, I think, not even a decade ago, if you know that off the top of your head. I'm not too sure. But, yeah, I think you got a bit of a Wrexham, Luton Town type feel to this team.
And you know what? There's no pressure on these Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Coming into this campaign, you know, they just wanted to get off to a good start. They wanted to, you know, because they only had the one exhibition or two exhibition games, you know, not too much time to gel. But oh, another player down. This time a Thunderbird is down.
I think he just got hit in the 18-yard box there by Windsor Lancer. Hopefully it's just got the wind knocked out of him. Like you were saying, it's the temperature that's definitely affecting these lads out here today.
Absolutely. You know, cramping now, any type of muscle pull. But it seems that he's up. The training staff are out there, you know, talking with him. From here, we just can't see his number.
And the Algoma Thunderbirds strategically going to the bench and grabbing a sip of water.
It was the captain, Luke Harrop, that was down. He is walking off by himself. The therapists are going to take him off to the side and evaluate him. It doesn't seem like they're going to be making a change at this point. 30 seconds left in this first half, 30 seconds.
Yeah. And Harrop coming from the Leeds United Academy over in Leeds, England. That's a team that's been in the Premier League for about 5 or 6 seasons now, ever since coming back up. Definitely a historic club, and I could not imagine the experience he got there. Absolutely invaluable, and going into the season, that's having a guy in the locker room like that's going to really pay off.
Three minutes of added time, 3 minutes. It would be a great victory if Algoma could hold on to this 1-goal lead or actually even score a second one.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh, so close.
And we're still right there. Oh, what a strike. Oh, my goodness! Oh, my goodness.
That was so close.
For about a third of a second, I was getting ready to say the G word, but wow, what a shot.
That was a laser that went in between the soccer goalpost and the football goalposts. The energy around our humble stadium is awesome right now. Everybody's standing, everybody's jumping around, loving this 1-goal lead by their hometown Thunderbirds.
And this is what you want. This is the crowd you want, so the guys can get rally behind it, and they're humble Sault Ste. Marie faithful and pull out a great win. But yeah, that's a heart stopper right there. That's quite a shot, just about half an inch lower, and that might hit the inside of the goalpost and be in the back of the net. It's a nice through ball to Magliaro. That's not going to go anywhere.
Algoma's just going to take their time now. They want to end this first half right now. Go into the dressing room and talk about all the positives that they put forward in the first half. Great start for the Thunderbirds.
And you hear the keeper Grande for the Lancers barking orders at his back line. I'd say possession for this first half has been about even. It's definitely been a toe-to-toe battle for these two soccer clubs.
That's halftime. After 45 minutes here at Superior Heights Field, Algoma University Thunderbirds won. Windsor Lancers no score. Goal scored by number 15. Goal scored at the 15-minute mark by number 14, Julius DePaz. Great goal. Deked out the keeper. Keeper gambled a little bit and lost, and put the Thunderbirds ahead early on, and they were content on, keeping possession of the ball, keeping the 1-goal lead.
Yep.
Had that chance right at the end.
And that was, I think we'd be in a much different light, even happier than we are right now, if that goal was to go in. And we're in for an exciting 45 minutes. We'll be back in 20, and we're going to watch the Thunderbirds hopefully eke this one out.
Welcome back to the second half. Kickoff just underway with the hometown Algoma Thunderbirds leading the Windsor Lancers 1-0. Great first half, dream start actually for the Thunderbirds. Scoring at the 15-minute mark from Julius DePaz. Great deke on the keeper, and just what the Thunderbirds wanted as a game plan to start that first half. Windsor just had a shot on goal, but Josh Bondock easily saved that. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it was absolutely I'd say the first 15 to 20 minutes were absolutely electric. I'd say after that injury and after the water break, it kind of slowed down a bit until that final shot. The Algoma Thunderbirds almost doubling their score. But that being said, only good things to say for the Thunderbirds. This is a team that had a bit of a rough year last year, but brought in some new recruits, especially that Luke Harrop, former Leeds product. So a lot of good things to say, not a lot of bad things to say about the Thunderbirds. And there's the tenacity from number 19, Andrakis. And he's just going to go for a run. He's still going. And he's just going to give up the ball. Still going to be played in Windsor third.
No substitutions that we've been made aware of to begin the second half.
I thought I had 6 more minutes. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it was 15 minutes. Throw in for number 4, Taylor Barker on the. Sorry, throw in for number 4 for Windsor. Now pass going to be intercepted, and Hiroki Wada is going to switch it. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be left on an island there. You got to keep the ball moving, keep the play developing. And Algoma doesn't want that to happen too much.
Algoma pressing this the first few minutes of the second half, looking to expand on that 1-goal lead. Like you said in the first half, 1 goal in soccer doesn't mean a thing.
Absolutely. Even 2 goals don't mean a thing sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see a bit more of a feeling out process in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Then I think it'll really start to crack on. But Algoma getting a lot of the brunt of possession here for the first 2-3 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, if you're Coach Vakratis from Windsor, you're going to tell your team, boys, relax. It's only 45 minutes. You've got another 45 minutes to go. Play your game.
The array of emotions on both sides of the bench are definitely on the opposite sides of the spectrum. Algoma, most likely seen as the underdog, are been playing absolutely fantastic, of course, going in with that 1-goal lead, and you just hope they can keep it up. And it looks like the first 3 minutes they really have been. A lot of the play has been in the Windsor end.
A second goal would do wonders right now. Another throw in for the Thunderbirds coming up.
It's going to be number 14, the goal scorer, DePaz, throwing it in. Julius, known as Jules by his teammates. Algoma missed a couple tackles there, and you're going to Skylar Pinnock, the rookie, going to have a bit of a run, and he's going to lose the ball to number 3, Mendez DeFranca. And look at that aggression from the Algoma forwards.
We've got the female Lancers sitting in front of us cheering on their squad and giving them motivation. If you missed it, the first game in the Windsor Lancers put 9 past the girls.
And look at that. That pressure just making Windsor nervous to do absolutely anything. That goes back to Andrew Chuck, and that goes back to the forwards having that aggressive mindset. That's just textbook.
Arguing for a handball there. The referee did not give it.
These two are barking at each other a little bit, but they're going to go their separate ways.
Some out-of-town scores to pass along to you. Nipissing defeated Trent 1-0. That's a final now. Toronto Metropolitan forfeited versus Laurentian. That's unfortunate. So you win by a 3-0 score on forfeits. Here in the second half, Algoma is leading Windsor 1-0, and Ontario Tech is leading RMC 2-1 in the second half.
They're going to play to the corner. That's a nice ball in, but that's going to hit the post and still stay in play. And it looks like that is a free kick right on the edge of the touchline. So that is going to be luckily outside of the box, so it's not a pen, but dangerous free kick for the Lancers here early in this second half.
Windsor has almost, Algoma has almost everyone back marking up. And out. Algoma catching Windsor off guard. So Windsor just put the ball out calmly to get their players back into position. Algoma taking their time to put the ball back in play. Great job by Harrop. The captain leading by example there.
Also the #1 recruit. I just found out during halftime of the men's game that Luke Harrop was the #1 recruit for the entire OUA conference. And that is goes to show Andrew Chuck and the faith that his guys have in him, bringing this guy over to Sault Ste. Marie.
sluggish start to the second half. You would think that Windsor would want to be, pressing a little bit more passes on the ball, since they are trailing by a score of 1-0. 10 minutes gone in the second half.
That's just going to sail over everyone's head and get possession for the Thunderbirds. Here we go. Now is Hiroki going to take a shot? Hiroki Wada. It's going to be wide. The second-year economics student from Japan.
Algoma's playing very well. They're using their creativity in the second half for sure. Trying to gel, trying to find their chemistry, trying to find where their teammates are at any given time. Good ideas so far.
This is a fun team to watch too. They're passing in the final third, and their build-up plays are just very, very fun to watch. And I think it's going to be a fun couple months with these guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just calling this first game here. As I mentioned earlier, teams were ranked across Canada, and everyone had Algoma as number 52 of 52, but Coach Andrew Chuck said, bring it on.
Yeah.
Again, you can hear the women's team for the Lancers cheering them on, encouraging them after defeating the female Thunderbirds by a score of 9-0.
Oh, that's a nice tackle there. Going to be a foul against the Windsor Lancers, and Thunderbirds player number 19, and Alex Andrakis favoring his right leg a little bit. Looks like he will stay out there.
I went down during the intermission to talk to one of the coaches, and it is very, very hot on that turf.
Yep.
A few degrees hotter than what it is in the stands.
And there's going to be a yellow card. He's getting booked right now, right?
Yeah.
Card going to be against number 8, Lucas Spirakowski. That's going to be the first booking of the match at around the 59-minute mark.
He's back.
Oh, yeah, good.
Why?
Yeah, it's not allowed, is it? Yeah.
For the Algoma Thunderbirds. Spirakowski with the first yellow card of the season for the Algoma Thunderbirds.
And Algoma look like they're going to pass it around the back and reset.
Got to pick up the tempo is what keeper's telling his defenders for the Lancers.
That was a bit of an interesting throw in there. Leads directly to Windsor turnover. And Algoma's going to keep possession. Number 2, Darius Bailey running to take the throw in. He's been all over the place in the first half. Definitely a tenacious defender.
Algoma's playing a great second half.
Yep.
Slowing the game down. They're up by 1. Making Windsor make mistakes.
And Windsor's only really had that one scoring opportunity, and that's about it from the first 15 minutes.
Again, another Windsor mistake leading to a corner kick now for the Thunderbirds.
And you just feel the frustration on the blue and yellow. They're absolutely mounting. And they're starting to snap at each other, and while the Algoma Thunderbirds are staying strong and fighting for the second goal.
This would be a great opportunity for the captain, Luke Harrop. Very tall player for the Thunderbirds. He can get a header on this to make it 2-0.
Oh, and they're going to go for the short kick to Wada.
Oh, they went for the short play.
Yeah, Harrop does. Now that you mention it, he does tower over a lot of fellow teammates.
Great addition from the Leeds Academy.
Yeah, that's a fantastic pickup for this club.
Played for Coach Andrew Chuck in the past. Called him up and said, "Hey, Coach, where are you going to be next year?" And he said, "With you at Algoma University."
Awesome. Look at that. Oh, and that's... Looks like that hit the crossbar, either the crossbar or...
It hit the crossbar, but did not cross the goal line. No goal. Algoma dodged one there.
Yeah,
That was a strike.
A bit of a confusing play at first glance, but now regrouping. And yes, that was a phenomenal shot. That was lasered for the back of the net.
'64th minute here. Gone in this first game of the season for both the Thunderbirds and the Lancers.
Yep. And there's big Luke Harrop. He's gonna get tackled and then pass it on. They keep pressing on, and there it is.
Oh,
Gonna be a
what
corner.
an opportunity. What an opportunity for Harrop. He knows it too.
And he runs up the pitch. He's so fluid. He looks like he's a step ahead of everybody. He's just going to be, this is quite possibly a program-defining player for the Thunderbirds. He's just has so much talent.
Coach Andrzejczyk describes him as a born leader, and you could tell that he leads by example on the field and that his teammates are following his commands. Captain of the team.
He was looking for the strike there, just missed the ball, and someone's going to be getting a free $45 to $50 Adidas soccer ball. So hopefully that is a soccer family that got that free gift.
Souvenir for one of the residences adjacent to the field. Let's go pick it up, says the women's team. Windsor, though, being patient. Can't quite get through the men's D today, though.
They've been great. They've held shape. They've been moving as a unit. And here we go on the counter once again. And oh my goodness.
That's a card.
That's at least a yellow. He did not make any intention to go for the ball.
No. Now it looks like the heat has taken its toll. Another cramp on the field. Again, a beautiful day in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Uncharacteristic for this this time of the season. We started the day off at 30 degrees. Obviously a little bit hotter down on the AstroTurf. Players are cramping up. They need to keep hydrated.
Yep.
But he's back up. And it's a free kick for the Thunderbirds.
And I do not believe he got booked on that play. Oh, he did. Oh, my apologies. He did end up getting the yellow card. That was number 24, Adesanya Ibe, out of Caledon, Ontario, receiving the yellow.
Algoma keeping the pressure all in the Lancer back end right now. Another corner kick. Set play. Beautiful.
Oh, and there it is.
Algoma's doing everything to frustrate this Lancer team, and it's working.
You love it. That's what you love to see.
The keeper Grande is not happy right now with his D, and this is the second water break of the game. Both sides get 30 seconds to get some water in them, possibly make some tweaks to their lineup if they choose to do so.
And number 1, Simon Grande, a third year out of Hamilton, former Waterloo Warriors goalkeeper, and seems to be a little bit irritated by his team. As you said, irritated is probably putting it lightly. But he's definitely one of the vocal leaders for this Lancer club.
Windsor very similar in style to the Thunderbirds, and what I mean about that is that they're both they're both dressing their rookies, their sophomores, both young programs. You know, a longer term goal with both of these sides.
Yeah.
You know, not going to win everything this season, but looking ahead.
I mean, right now for the Thunderbirds, I'm not saying anything definitive, but the feeling around Superior Heights CVI Field it's positive vibes right now, as number 10, Otis Vicratis, just going to kick that one away. Not really a serious goal-scoring opportunity.
The fans are loving every minute of this game. 20 left on the clock, 20 left with the home side Thunderbirds leading by 1.
And would this game just not feel so much better if it was a 2-0 game?
Algoma's calm. This is very, for a new side.
Yeah.
For a team that only played 2 exhibition games, they're very, very calm. They know, not to panic. They're playing their positions well.
And I think those exhibition games against teams like I said earlier, they played against Humber and George Brown, which are two of the best soccer programs, college or university in Canada. They're very, very competitive, and I think those games, seeing teams that you usually wouldn't see, is paying off a little bit.
Ethan Mendez DeFranca didn't think that he should have got that called against him.
And that was the former Cape Breton player, eBay, who was also on a yellow taking that free kick. And now they're going to switch it. Algoma Thunderbirds, they're going to have 5 men running rather. And this was looking dangerous, looking for the cross. And not much power on that. Pretty easy for Grande. He's going to try to quickly switch the play up to number 15. Number 15 going to go for a run. He's going to pass it towards, number 15, Skylar Pinnock, going for a run and playing it towards Magliaro, but that's going to go out.
This would be a historic day if the Thunderbirds could get a big W opening weekend. Going winless last season.
And if the Thunderbirds are to win today, that would put my record as a color commentator at 1 win and 0 losses for the Thunderbirds.
You're the lucky charm.
There you go.
Everyone back for the Thunderbirds now. Offside. Offside called. Two more players are down right now. Again, possible cramping.
And Algoma's going to want to take as much time as the referee's going to allow them right here. That's probably going to be the theme for the next 18 or so minutes for them.
Absolutely, and that's a smart play. You know, keep possession of the ball.
And I feel like we could see a mass substitution from the Thunderbirds pretty soon. They have 4 guys warming up on the touchline. And that's going to be a tackle, and number 9 is going to keep possession for the Thunderbirds.
Little pushing and shoving now. Again, with the heat and humidity and down by a goal, Windsor is starting to unravel a little bit, earning a second yellow in the process.
And you know what? You cannot play this game frustrated. So the Thunderbirds want that right now. They'll take the bumps and bruises if it means a positive result. Now Grande surveying the field, looking for a pass, marching his men forward. Still not finding anything, just going to have to get rid of it. And there's the big Brit Luke Harrop getting it out of there.
"15 minutes left in this one. 15 minutes left for a possible 3 points for the men's program. Some pulling of Windsor again, pulling the jerseys. A little frustrated.
And for the next 15 minutes over on those sidelines, you're going to be able to hear a pin drop. People are going to be holding their breath, and they're going to be excited for this. And now the Thunderbirds with the free kick. Oh, and there it is.
Now some
There was
pushing.
a bit of
now
pushing
some
and
pushing
shoving.
and shoving.
Wow.
The ref has to get control of this game, and Algoma does not want to do anything stupid here. Up by 1.
And guess what, Windsor? Coming up here, it's not a free win. Because I can guarantee you they came up here and they did not take us as serious as they should have. And they're showing it on their side with their frustration.
And this is concerning, though. Harrop is on the ground. We've been praising his gameplay and leadership all game, but he was taken down by a rough tackle, and that's where the pushing and shoving started. The therapists are on the field right now tending to him.
I think he probably got a cleat to the foot, or hopefully it's just that, but
you'd hate to see Algoma lose him for this game and, possibly any others, that's for sure. You may see a substitution here as well.
I think regardless of how hurt he is, you have to take him out here. I know he's an influential, talented young man, but you have a long season ahead of you.
And Windsor
and there he goes.
Showed good sportsmanship. Shook Harrop's hand, said, let's leave it on the field.
Yep, tensions get high. That's the nature, right?
Harrop looks okay.
Yeah, off on his own power.
Yeah.
Nice. Joshua Bond, no problem for a guy like that.
What a boot. What a boot by Bondic. Again, another 60-plus yard boot. And Algoma just taking its time with the throw-in, wasting a few seconds. Not this time. Windsor showing a little bit more desperation now. With about 10 minutes left in this one, Windsor looking to string a few passes together to get it into the Algoma zone, which they haven't been able to do too often.
Yeah.
The second half for sure.
And they just put the clamps on these Windsor attackers in the second half, but they're going to push forward. I think Algoma's going to be looking for a quick counter. And we'll see. Oh, and that's a close shot for...
They're calling it a corner.
Otis Vakaratis on that one. Had the keeper beat, but not the net.
Corner nowhere near its intended goal.
And good work by Bailey to get that out of there. And it's going to go straight to the Thunderbirds on that throw. And now this is a dangerous position for Windsor to be in, rather.
They have a lot of confidence in their keeper. He's
on an island out there.
Well, he's trying to direct traffic from, 20, 30 yards away from his next closest player.
Oh, and a great header out. And looks like the Windsor player just slipped on the turf, but the Thunderbirds will take it as they switch the play.
All the time in the world. All the time in the
So
world.
much space in the midfield. Wow. Oh, that's a nice pass. That's going to go straight into the hands of Bondic, and this has been the story of the Windsor Lancers attack. They've had nothing all game for 80 minutes.
Peter Alexandrovskis is the latest Thunderbird on the field, possibly with cramps. The referee definitely will be adding some extra minutes after the 90-minute mark. Plenty of stoppages in this second half due to injuries, but Peter's staying on the field.
That's going to be it's going to be interesting once we pass that 90-minute mark to see how much added time we have. I'm going to expect at least 7-8 minutes, but we will see. But the way this game has gone, I wouldn't mind watching this one for a bit longer. It's been quite the game.
Don't say that to Coach Andrewchuk.
Oh, fair enough.
Coach
Touche.
Andrewchuk wants these 9 minutes to go by quick and to secure that W for the program. What a story that would be for the local sports sites.
Well, I can tell you what's going to be on the front page of the Sioux Star sports section next week.
And this is a team that's only going to get better.
Oh, absolutely. And now Andrewchuk's coaching staff is not happy, which they're definitely thinking that was a cheap shot to Thierry Insegna. He looks like he's favoring his stomach.
Again, Windsor caught going the wrong way, and the defender had to pull him down.
Yeah. Maybe not a rough, maybe not a dirty challenge per se, but definitely a rough one.
Insegna still on the ground with the therapists overlooking.
At the end of the day, that's the heat just playing a factor, like we've been talking about all afternoon.
Coach Andrewchuk talking to the head referee, telling him, hey, are you watching the same game as I am?
You got to be, a game like this, you got to be careful the words you say to the referee. You don't want to get on his bad side.
It is Algoma ball.
And it looks like Insegna is up.
Algoma holding three players in the box right now. Let's see if this cross makes it to any of them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, excellent
Well, the
save.
keeper going to punch it out. Yeah, that was quite the free kick there.
Oh, Algoma
Oh, and now Windsor's going to switch the play, and a nice touch by number 6, Facchinieri.
Windsor now calling for a foul.
That was a bit of a late whistle, to be fair, but I assume the referee was intending to play advantage.
Five minutes left on the official score clock, but with added time, we're probably looking another 7-8 minutes, like you said earlier.
Absolutely.
Let's call it 10 in total.
To be safe.
Oh,
When there's a punch by the keeper, Bondoc.
The ref better make his presence felt here, or else he's going to
Yeah, here
lose
we
this
go.
game. In the last 5 minutes, it's going to get really, really rough.
The referee's been pretty good. He's been fair with his challenges, I think. Scrappy games are always tough to call, but he's been doing his best out there. Of course, the utmost respect and appreciation for anyone who decides to be a head referee. Is a tough job, and we really appreciate all of them.
Absolutely. Here comes a corner for Windsor now.
And there we go.
High and wide. High and wide.
That's off the head of number 24, eBay. 6'4" out of Cape Breton. He's a pretty big guy.
Bondoc now telling his players, go up. Go up, I can boot this.
Foul against the Lancers. You can hear Andrew Chuck from the touchline yelling at his lads to slow it down.
Algoma looking like they're going to make a few substitutions here.
Fresh legs would be invaluable in the last couple minutes here for sure. And there it is.
Great save again by the Windsor netminder.
Yeah, Grande he's been playing one heck of a game for sure. Of course, the former Waterloo Warriors goalkeeper. And that's going to be out of bounds. And time keeps ticking away for these Lancers to do something.
A lot of self-doubt now from the Lancer side with only 2 minutes remaining in regular time. Seeing this opportunity slowly slipping by. Nice save by Bondoc. And this side, Bondoc. This time, Bondoc kicks it to the side. It's back in his hands again.
Definitely an interesting couple goalkeepers on this. Both teams. They are both seen as veterans / leaders for their respective sides.
Well, you know what they say about goalkeepers, right? You have to be a special breed.
Yeah. Well, in hockey too, they're usually the odd men out doing their little weird rituals before the game, and I assume it's probably the same for both of these guys. Definitely the hardest position on the field, being a goalkeeper.
Is Algoma going to make a change, or are they going to hold off still?
Looks like a couple guys are coming out.
It looks like they are going to make a change. In comes Bron Morris.
Quick throw in. And we are now officially at the 90th minute.
Looks like another substitution coming for the Thunderbirds. Zeppa is out. James Webb, also from Sault Ste. Marie, local product, is in. Webb, one of the senior statesmen of this program in his 4th year. Would love to see a W
Oh, absolutely.
for his teammates.
And now it's crunch time. Now it is crunch time. If the first 20 minutes haven't already been crunch time, now it really is.
Windsor showing a little bit more urgency now. Uh-oh.
Is that
Let's-
inside the box? Oh, no.
They're calling
Oh, no.
a penalty kick in extra time. To me, it looked like he tripped over his own 2 feet. It was not intentional.
That's a tough one. How else are you going to stop him there?
Oh,
It's a yellow.
This is terrible for the Thunderbirds.
Well, I always say for penalty kicks, all the pressure is on the shooter. No pressure is on the keeper. You're supposed to make a goal kick, or a penalty kick, rather.
I've just been told that the referee might have got this one wrong, and he did trip over his own 2 feet. Unfortunately, the referee doesn't have the
VAR.
the VAR at his disposal. So this is going to be up to Bondoc to bail his team out.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
that's so disappointing.
goal, goal, goal by Windsor in extra time by Frankie Feccineri off the penalty shot.
And he got a hold of it, too. The keeper got a touch on it as well. Went the right way.
There's still 4 minutes left in extra time. Let's see what the Thunderbirds can do, because they're not letting up at all.
Here we go. Here we go. And that's not a great clearance by the Lancers here.
Harrop had the pass just go through his legs. Goal kick for the Lancers. Now, if you're the Lancers, you're probably going to slow this game down.
Yeah.
Lucky to escape with a point. Oh, must be so disappointing for the Thunderbirds, leading for, a better part of the game after DePaz scores in the 15th minute, and that's it.
And it's going to end in a 1-1 draw, unfortunately. Both teams played a great game, but that's a heartbreaker for the Algoma Thunderbirds. But on the positive note, we saw about one bad thing for the Algoma Thunderbirds. We saw about 50 good things. So it's a long season. Keep your head up. And we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to come back, and hopefully we're going to come back with 3 points after this one.
You know what? The Thunderbirds should be proud, still getting a point.
Yeah.
After their first game, knowing that they should have had 3. Coach Andrewchuk will probably talk to his guys, explain to his guys, yeah, I know what happened there. We'll get them tomorrow. Again, this is going to be an exciting team to watch all season long, especially once Algoma gets healthy. Right now they have 2 or 3 guys still on the injured list, and they had high expectations for those players.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a great season for the Thunderbirds, both men and women. And tune in. Every home game will be here, right, John?
Absolutely. We will be here. me. This is my first weekend or my first day doing this. I'm very excited. You're obviously a seasoned vet, and we're going to get to know each other and know this club over the next month and a half, and we're going to have a hopefully a successful season. This is definitely not the 52nd best team in the country, and Sault Ste. Marie is going to put Algoma Thunderbirds is going to put Sault Ste. Marie soccer on the map.
Absolutely. So from Sault Ste. Marie and Superior Heights Field, from SiouxSports.com, we bid you farewell.
See ya.